right, welcome back to the channel. Real quick, we're going to talk love languages and men. I get it. I get it. I get it. Don't click off. Don't click off. Stick with me, right? Real quick. Real quick. Ladies, if you're confused by that, love language are going the way of astrology with men. It's just it becomes a thing that you use to hey, I can't date this guy. His love language is this. It's getting to become insanity. But right now we got a woman complaining that it just seems like men's love language is just physical touch. It's physical touch. Again, what's wrong with that? If that's what it is, that's what it is, right? Let's get into it.
Seen a man on this app say that their love language is anything other than physical touch. When they say physical touch, you know what they're referring to. And it's like you do realize there's other forms of physical touch, right? Just saying some of these men need to be stopped. Tiring. Like, can a man on here, like if they're in the comments or something, say in the comments, do you have anything else love language that you prefer more than that? Like, please prove me wrong.
Yeah, men have all the gamut of love languages. I think sometimes if you just hear, hey, yeah, my love language is physical touch, yeah, I'm probably just running a game on you, right? I just want you to touch me. I just want physically, I just want to get there with you, right? I think that's the thing that men are going to give you, that type of energy. And that's very much depending on how they may look at you and see what you may be worth or not. But in all fairness and all seriousness, yeah, like personally, my love language is probably closer. Sometimes goes back and forth, but words of affirmation, right? Because outside growing up, it stems from a deficit, and I think it's the same for a lot of guys. When we don't hear these things, we don't hear that we're appreciated. We don't see that gratitude. We desire it. It's a normal thing. You're going to desire what is missing from your life. When men say they want to be respected, why? It's probably because they didn't have that sort of respect from a woman before. So we have the full gamut of love languages. It's just that I think there's an expectation, and one, your sample size being TikTok or social media is always going to give you sometimes like the dregs of society, right? The dregs of society. And again, if you are around these type of men, or that's in your purview, then you should understand and be ready to accept that's what it is. Now, if you're uncomfortable giving that physical touch, if you're uncomfortable expressing that, you have trouble expressing that, then yeah, you need to find, keep looking for different partners, change your locale where you're searching. I think what I alluded to before, that I think love languages are should sort of go the way that astrology has. It's because we're using it as a way to say, this is why you don't understand me, right? I think for such a long time, women have had the purview of being good communicators by simultaneously employing tactics like the cold shoulder, the I'm going to ice him out, I'm not going to talk to him for X amount of times. And we have this expectation or this thought that people communicate the same way we do. And when we look at it from gender wise, it gets very specific, very specific. You want me to communicate like you talk to your girlfriends, but I'm not your girlfriend. I don't have the anatomy. I don't have the requisites to be your girlfriend. I'm supposed to be your significant other. I'm supposed to be your man. This is the way I communicate. Conversely, men know we can't really communicate with you like we communicate with our boys. That's one of the reasons why we like spending time with our boys. We just don't have this filter that constantly has to come from my mouth to you, where, all right, I've got to make sure I'm saying this in a way that's digestible, that's safe for you to understand. It gets tiring. So sometimes when you're with your guys, when we're with guys, it's companionable silence. You can say what you want, what's in your mind, without fear of it becoming a larger issue. There's a real pleasure in that. So I think love languages are becoming to that point where we're using it as an excuse why I won't do the harder work of just learning how to communicate better, of taking accountability for my words and actions and deeds, and just saying, well, it's because we don't communicate the same way, and just closing the file, closing the book on them. If you have any type of experience like this, let me know down in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.